Have you ever been part of a really great team? Maybe you've had that feeling where everyone has each other's back and no one gets left out. A team can look a lot of different ways, of course. It could be a sports team, or a choir, or just a group of friends who work together really well. Well, today we're going to talk about a group of people from the Bible who were kind of like the greatest team ever. What was this team? The people who made up the early church. This is like church before church was even a thing. They were just figuring out things like how to follow God and how to share Jesus with others. They didn't have a church building or anything like that. The church just meant the people, the followers of Jesus who met together, prayed together, and helped each other. And they were really serious about helping each other. Let's learn about it. So the early church was basically the early believers from the Bible. Maybe you remember the lesson about Pentecost, when the disciples spoke in different languages and talked to others about Jesus. This was the start of the church, and the number of followers grew and grew. The Bible says something amazing about how these early believers lived. It says, all the believers were one in heart and mind. No one claimed that any of their possessions was their own, but they shared everything they had. That's from Acts 4:32. So they shared everything. Wow, so if they shared everything they had, does that mean they didn't own anything for themselves? How would that work? Well, it was actually more like this. They cared so much about one another that they were willing to share whatever someone needed. That's how close this team of new followers was. Someone was hungry, they shared food. Someone had no place to stay, they made space in their home. Someone was struggling, they stepped in and helped. Everyone's attitude was basically this: if you need something and I have it, I can help. Can you see any advantages to living a life with a team like this? Well, the Bible says that because of this generosity, there was nobody among them who was needy, nobody who felt forgotten. Everybody was taken care of. The people of the early church understood that they already had what was important. Jesus had given them everything: his love, his forgiveness, his new life. So they wanted to share big too. Now, it wasn't perfect. Whenever a group of people gets together, well, issues can always arise. People aren't always honest, and people don't always agree. Actually, in the PDF, you'll read about a disagreement they had and how they resolved it. They were working hard to form their community the right way. They weren't rich, they weren't trying to show off, and they weren't forced to share and give. It was simply a group of people with kind hearts, a big family of believers who took care of each other, like one big team working together. So, let's think. Are there things we can do today to live with this same spirit? Can we show this same kind of love? Well, have you ever given away or sold something of yours so you were able to help somebody else? Maybe you have, but nobody expects you to sell or give away everything you own. It isn't about the amount you give. It's about showing great care and concern for others. And I bet you could find ways to be generous that make sense for you. Think about ways to meet someone's physical needs. What I mean by physical needs is perhaps someone is in need of something like food, clothing, or school supplies. Are there people in your close circle or in your area who might be in need of something? And if so, how could you be a helper to those people in need? Are there things you can do in your community or at your church or right in your home to help? Well, you could start with something small, like just helping someone who needs a hand carrying something. And perhaps you could find opportunities to do some bigger things as well. Like, well, do you have any ideas for what something like that could look like? Maybe doing some yard work for a neighbor, maybe donating some toys at Christmas time, or maybe helping to cook or provide food for others. Here's one way to perhaps spark some ideas on how you can help people. Think about this. What's something you have that you can share with those in need? It might be something physical like clothes or food or even money, or it might be something like your time or your abilities. We all have something we can share, and we should look for opportunities to do so. Now, remember, this doesn't mean that all of the time we should share or give everything we have. It's not always best to share everything. Remember what the people from the early church said? If you need something and I have it, I can help. But this would need to be done in a smart and caring way. So when does it make sense to help? If you are able to help, and if your help is needed, it might just be time to show some of the kind of love that the early members of the church showed. And if you're not sure a particular idea is safe or right for you, you can always ask a loved adult. The early believers showed us that when everyone uses what they have to help others, amazing things happen. The community becomes stronger, people feel loved, needs get met, and Jesus' love shines through. So hopefully, that's something you can keep in mind. We can all look for opportunities to truly help others by using whatever it is we have. All right, I'll see you in the next lesson. Hey!